How do you know if an idea is actually worth years of your life or however long it takes to create? Well, that's the very question I had to answer before I started making One Last Monster. You know, the honest truth is, as scary as it is, every idea can sound amazing in your own head before you test it. So over time, I started noticing that there were a few tests that helped separate the ideas that just felt exciting for a day or two from the ones that were actually worth pursuing over a long period of time. Just quickly, I want to give a shout out to the wonderful Tumblr Animation Desk. I was talking to the creator of Animation Desk and they gave me the idea for this video, so thank you. Now, this isn't a perfect formula, but these 4 tests I'm about to share with you have helped me a lot and they're a good place to start. So the first one is time. Does the idea stay with you for months or even years? I'll give you an example. When I was in high school, I'd stay up until 2 or 3 in the morning sometimes, sketching and writing, because I'm a complete night owl. Everything I created late at night felt ultra profound and magical often, which is hilarious to say, but you know, it's true. I'd think, oh man, these are the greatest ideas I've ever had. But then I'd wake up the next morning and about 95% of those ideas were absolutely terrible. But every once in a while there were ideas, drawings, concepts that simply refused to disappear for months or even years. Ideas that I couldn't just chalk up to late night mania. Those ideas evolved and changed over time, of course, but there was something essential that never left. Now those were the ones worth paying attention to. And the fact that they were sticking around for that long was a major clue to me. Now, I don't want you to take away the wrong lesson from this though. Those late night drawing sessions were incredibly valuable, even if 95% of the ideas, again, didn't survive. I had to create all those ideas first in order to discover the 5% that did. You gotta generate enough of these ideas, take enough shots creatively, so that the truly special ones reveal themselves over time. If you never take any shots though, nothing really reveals itself. You're never gonna discover what actually is worth pursuing. Now, the second test is people. You gotta stress test your ideas with other human beings. Specifically, I mean anyone you trust to give you an honest but respectful opinion. And don't just seek out creative friends, even though they're absolutely important to get feedback from. You gotta ask all sorts of people. Ask them what they liked about your idea, ask them what confused them, and what stuck with them emotionally. You see, ultimately an idea has to leave the bird's nest of your imagination and survive contact with reality, with other people, with your audience potentially. Now, if enough different kinds of people genuinely respond to what you're thinking about, you're probably onto something. Now, I should say you gotta be open to constructive feedback. You don't have to accept feedback, of course, that's rude or unhelpful, but if multiple people keep having a problem with the same things or aspects of your idea, it's probably worth asking why and revisiting it. Conversely, if people also enjoy certain aspects repeatedly, you know you've got a keeper. Now, the third test is to build a prototype of what you're trying to create. Build the smallest, honest version of the idea first. Don't put all your eggs in one basket and try to paint your Sistine Chapel from the get-go. You gotta sketch it out first. So for me, the smallest, honest version of One Last Monster was the storyboard version. It was just rough sketches. Now, depending on what kind of project you're doing, that might not look like storyboards. It might be a comic chapter, a screenplay, one fully rendered scene, or a short animation, clips. The point is seeing whether what you want to make actually works once it leaves your imagination and transforms into something that people can watch. You can't be a perfectionist about it. You just got to get it done. It's okay if it's rough. Remember, you're just trying to get this thing going. And that leads to the last test. Momentum. When you start bringing the story to life, do you want to keep going? Now, this isn't a hard and fast rule because every project has frustrating days, but I think it's a really encouraging sign when finishing one part of your project makes you excited to work on other parts of your project. When my co-animator Elmer Barcenas and I were animating One Last Monster, every sequence we'd finish made me think, man, I just want to see more of this world. Every completed scene seemed to open another door for me instead of closing one. Whether it was raising questions about what else exists here, or the simple pleasure of, hey, this was really great to bring this into real life. I can't wait to bring other parts into it. That excitement that's generated by working on the project, to me, that is one of the strongest signs that an idea has real life and value in it. So those are the 4 tests I come back to over and over again when I'm evaluating something that I want to work on. Does it stand the test of time? Do people respond to it? Does it feel good in prototype form? Does it generate momentum? Obviously, now passing these tests doesn't guarantee success, nothing really does, but they're still worth asking and testing consistently. They've helped me answer a much more important question. Does this idea deserve years of my life? And if an idea continues to survive these tests we talked about, well then I think you've earned the confidence to keep going and see where this all leads. Thanks for watching. If you want to support the work I'm doing and help me build out the One Last Monster universe further, consider becoming a Patreon. I'll put the link here below and in the description. It'll help support the channel. Have an amazing day and thanks for your time.